All right.
Oops.
So,
I welcome Andrea Coletti to an artist talk who will perform for us just right now.
So this is a window with a plastic sheet over it, and I paint on the plastic sheet what I see through the window, because it was always very difficult to make a portrait which is then really recognizable. So it's not said that with this plastic window it will be recognizable, but it's going to be close as possible. That's what we can get. So I have to stay absolutely still. I have to close one eye. My left eye I have to close. I have to hold this window very close, then put my reference and then start. And then make sure that nothing moves. And I have to be rather quick, so as not to, you know, to be very concentrated for a while. And just copy everything that I see. Of course this pen is a little bit big, and I have to select a smaller pen, but it's already something. This is sort of a new trick I found. I started one time, oops, don't move, I'm talking to myself, you ain't moving, I'm at all, very good. So why this plastic sheet? It's an idea I had once as I was cleaning my cups. As a painter, I always have a lot of cups where I keep all my colors, most of the time liquid. But this time I had no cups left. And so, normally when I have no cups, I go to see some friends and ask them for a new cup. But this time was in a little bit of a bad mood. I couldn't really ask anything to anybody. So I thought, like, whoops, clean some of your old cups. So, and then as I was cleaning one of these cups, I took the color which was stuck on the cup outside of it and noticed that the back side of the color was very powerful. Very saturated color, very flat, very beautiful to see. And so I wished myself that this was the part of the color that was on my pictures and not the other one. And we're almost ready. Now for what it looks like, it's the first one I do today. Normally I have to train a little bit. Oh, it's alright. It looks like you a little bit. Do you recognize yourself a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
A little bit. So, it's pretty quick. Right? Of course now, if I put this white thing behind, I can color it with these pens. And then once we are ready, we glue the plastic sheet onto this canvas. When the glue is dry, we can rip the plastic sheet off, and all the color has transferred on the paint, on the canvas. So, if you want to have any special colors, you can help me choose which ones. Of course, this one is a skin tone. Oh, okay, this one's the only one you can get. That's a lot. But if you like violet, these are the violets. Oh, this is like sort of magenta. Okay.
What choose the ones you like is why.
So normally I start with this skin color, unless you want to be like red or yellow or so. Of course, when I put this, you don't really see much, unless you put a little bit of a white thing behind. I'm sorry, I can't see you anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't really see much of this color being put on. It's sort of blind painting. But then when we, oh, there's a big arrow. But when we then glue it on the canvas, then it will be very, very much visible. So now we put all this there. So normally, when I'm really broke, I hit the street with my little machine and start selling portraits for 10 euros to anyone who wants to sustain an artist. And some people find it really funny, and 10 euros is really not, you know, nothing special. So, as they drink coffee, they get little portrait. So yesterday I sold 3. So
Oh.
as I was painting abstract pictures with a non-abstract picture without this, in this house, outside of this house, I was selling maybe 1 picture every 2-3 months. Maybe with some decent money also, né? But not so often. So it was like, boo, when are you going to sell another one? Who knows? And now are you going to make ends meet? No, who knows again? So, this thing maybe is helpful. Maybe. It has increased the rate of pictures that I sell a little bit. So, I'm really optimistic. Of course, the more color you put, the closer you get to resemblance. The color always helps to recognize situation. So now we make some maybe, let's be really conventional. Where's the pink? All right here. Yeah, that's the fluo stuff. This way is good for the background because then it spreads. This stays. This is a permanent marker. There are many differences of these. The text markers, they will really spread. They won't stay where you put them. They will just move because when I press the plastic on the canvas to glue it, I have to make sure there is some pressure so that the air bubbles move out. Where there's going to be an air bubble, the color will not stick. So I hate air bubbles. I don't like them. My first try is you had a nice face and here's a big hole. And I go, can't you fix this? So, you got dark hair. Of course, there are some colors which are really hard to make because we don't have a pen for that hair, so we'll get brown and then probably add some black on it, we'll see. Right. It looks like a little bit like a comic book anyway. It's not really realistic, but comic books, see, like, I used to adore comic books as I was a kid, so I have nothing wrong. Okay, here we take the arrow a little bit off. Okay, when this happens when you're drawing, oh, you're done. You have to do the drawing again. Because if anything moves, then you lose the relation of the stuff, and then, then it's very difficult to get it into the same condition. Ah, we're getting there slowly. So, okay, this is less dark. Okay, sometimes I do it very quick, you know, because this guy in the coffee, he told me, look, you know, I have only 10 minutes. I go, yeah, don't you worry, I'll be finished. And then he really didn't have no time no more. So he said, like, would you leave the picture in the bar? I come and collect it later. You pay me this 10 euros and disappear. And you will get this picture in the bar, I guess. The bar waits there. It goes nowhere. It's a solid rock. Oops. Right. Ah, sweetheart. Cool. So, you have a white and dark blue sweater. Dark blue because I like dark blue. I like that. We just make everything dark blue. Now we can color this one quicker. Let's go like this. To see.
And do you do workshops with children or things like that?
I started. Last time I went to sit down in front of, down in the Torbogen there. And there was the guy who makes jewels, né? And his son was there. And he sees me put up the paint machine. He goes, well, what's this? I said, would you like to sit just there behind through the window? And then I take your lines and then blah, blah, blah. I said, funny. So I went behind and read his lines. And then I said, like, okay, now you sit here. You can color the whole stuff. Would you like to? And he goes like, wow, of course. So he sat there half an hour. And then I told him, okay, now we have to sign it. When you sign this, you have to write upside down, right? So the other way around. And he went like, how you do this? Okay, then we write it here, we put it on the window the other way around, and you copy it. And then we do it, and then he goes, no, you copy it, you copy it. Okay, of course I copied his name properly, then I signed mine, it was wrong. It's cool. So, with this, what's the other blue? Put this blue here, a little bit of light, a little bit of dark. Make it a little bit like. I always liked color, so it gave me a reason to.
Yeah, I discovered your paintings downstairs. Hanging. I've always admired the mix, the diversity of colors.
Yeah.
There's special combinations that you have that I really find It's very beautiful.
Thank you very much. A lot of the time is random, you know, I don't even have time to choose what's the next color to go with the other one. Just like
Yeah, but it's a bit like
make a
inspiration.
decision very quick and without really. So I know that when I sometimes really starts to heat, I don't even really look at the pots. So I just put them in a certain order. That automatically I go pick that one up instead of like thinking about it. Because why? Because the glue, as soon as you put some color on the canvas, it will stick to it, and you won't be able really to move it. That it's yeah. So it's been always a constant fight. The glue is good to fix the information you put into any place, but it's not very easy to distribute it where you want. It's a problem with the postman. You have to take this letter there, then this here, and then which way? Ooh. And you're never sure.
I like it the opposite.
Yeah. This is a solution to the problem with the postman, because you can put it here, it doesn't really dry there. You will just move onto the canvas, Nick.
Okay, well I'm curious.
Okay, your hat, we have to make your hat gray. The hat gray. It's black and gray, but I can't copy the whole lot, it'll take hours. So just go like, approximation.
Yeah, no problem.
There's no error with that, a little bit of approximation. A little bit of approx. So, this trick with the plastic, again, as I put this, my first picture I made with the plastic, I just painted as usual. And then the plastic sheet that comes over these canvas when you buy them, I just lay them on top. And I notice how it would just like flatten the color all the way around.
Use a cushion, how do you press?
At that time I didn't even press, I just put the plastic sheet and then watch the color go like sucking the plastic sheet and leaving air bubbles where it won't go down, and then what's going on? Jen just left it there.
Yeah.
2 days later I went there and this was hard. Really got hard.
Yeah.
So hard that never any picture of mine got so hard and so ding ding. You could almost spread it around on that picture. So. It got so hard and actually very nice to see. So from that point on I started a series of tests. Then I noticed, okay, you can first paint here and then put plastic on top.
Yeah.
Or you can paint here, paint on the plastic and then put it on top. So you make this red, that green, and boom. For once you get red and green really close to each other, but red and green, not brown.
Yeah.
When you put yellow, red and green, and you it goes on big. Boom. That was the second test. Then the third thing I could then found out. Okay, now we get this. What is it? I just bought this. I don't know what it does. My research goes through the shops. It doesn't do. Oh, there it is. My research always goes through the shop, because in the shops there is stuff that you're supposed to buy and use, even if you don't know how to use it. Yeah? But it has to be there for some reason. Because I never went to school, you know, really. I couldn't really go to school and say like, because school, it looked like it was always a thing you were supposed to do and didn't come from your own ideas to do that, or so, who knows what, you know. So then one day I was always very interested by color, so whenever I saw a nice shop with all these nice tubes, I went like, go and look there and spend a lot of time there. So this one I think we would have to press. Who knows what? It's got some kind of hunting stuff in there. Here we are. Yes. Oh, this is really cool. I like cool. So this will probably spread. It won't remain there. I don't think it will go like. So I'll have to press it that way so that when I go down, it doesn't go there. So I have to sometimes organize where I can put what, thinking of when I glue it, how is it going to move? This stuff here won't move, but this stuff might move. I suspect.
How long does it take to dry, the process of gluing? And
to dry, it depends how thick the glue, how thick is the glue that you put.